area bisanfo ye mamumu atwa me adai ho akwaba fei ye de Ghana nkomono eto aso edi amamo na mekoso adazi nails and beauty the hair mama ase ewo metinwi fefa fei na makamfo na maunse se ukoye wonsa se oye pedicure no manicure se upenia efe na becha maun na ope o supplements the free US one a day ene de keka woni nyina ukozi nails and beauty abonse cosmetic session no ubenya bi ewo ho na afi kentezi enso ho chese it is a beautiful city koho na kototo niama friend 055 38370201 or Spectres Kotobabi Echo Bank Chiwa pe unim say do Wednesdays dia ayana my perfect lady me rock perfect man kaftans enti say ohwe funyi no a tim say aya wata de fatao e ma hye me man so hye dodo no de eye mema na omutu ton anebo no so ye pa enti fresh St Phillips na to be ton 0244 oh St Phillips ayirame pacho mefa wamini St Phillips number no amount sa eni paper ne so aha enti St Phillips Enterprise ho na obenya perfect man kaftani bi ato kama pa 0244 147212 0244 147212 me da wonu mo ase yenua ba agata Taxation aga ewo neat foods umami efrimu umami Juliana ya Morgan ya atwea Morgan ya atwewa Morgan ye type no Auntie Julie nyame ya doma this weekend na moye na yi kra ye 27th July ewo Presby Asori Recovery Congregation Hacho ya market enti aga ye ma shedding ene yako nyame ya domo ye be baby John Tebushan for mo amunim agata Texan ye type na aga really or neat foods baby neat fufu ni neat abe ene this way no e hona gata wona ne ma me efrem nti aga ye ma shedding why na engineer Osafo Adonten National Road Safety Authority engineer so ne ma me eda form enunti ono so weekend yi na ye ne ma me eye nti engineer Osafo Adonten of National Road Safety Authority me ma oyako ene shedding abusuafo mo a munim engineer no na ma frɛ na ma ne shedding na weekend yi makoja ono so na wakata ne ma me echi kra afei ekwan ni mu atene no ma yemo enkomoi wa wani tia se ene de budget there media budget review into 9.9 billion Ghana cedis spent on free SHS as economy rebounds. We are living within our means, no need for supplementary funds. Tienran when we say sikafofro scrap the taxes after forcing to government ene de kika ho bia afei ye wi a droba for say fango bone kotro abaya anye ho hwe ya omo betem pentin kwa na AGI Association of Ghana Industry so saying SSE enkania abo no eba form energy tariff no emra form ebetimi aba form no omo hwehwe wo media budget yi mu nanso yenim so omo te ya ye de ya antibia na obi tie so honorable Shasia obeyi no nso ano afra afei sitag ene omo tuate no na minority say mo hwe na mo kan sitag asemi na 6 weeks of strike there ya che enran so president a commission policy for dying 320 anti-investment security sector no emo eto saying Honorable Sylvester Tete Deputy Minister of Information Deputy Minister go Deputy Minister come osan MP man for more English ya man from nti ni ho a ST ho na slide ho titia nana ya achempem jantoa former General Secretary CPP and Bernard MPSA NDC communication team member. Abijan for mamu nyina chimi ogidi semo ho ye. Nyame ase. Sly akwa aba ye hu ha che ye ma utiri nkwa obeye deputy minister.
Me da se. Me nuaba me je osusu nko. Me chia me nua Bernard.
Okay. Afidi enso na ntamfa wo.
Oh, in Shishaya Hudua, Ediagu Aquemo, in Sunito, I said, yeah, eto afi talk or nanim kese pa.
Oh, I see.
Aye ejuma bebre eto ede ebi hu kan ye but na an can be brave to say there
because it was
there be me ho botiano
English
dan fa enka ho nti afi
fa eka ho fana
eka ho
okay what is saying
well fana afi we anya issues bi a wo ho
ye derade ujai ma erade na wa ye nhihye bi a boa
fana de e na me ka say
unse last year na arehosem ni see
ho and de bia me ka say regional minister then, now the interior minister, a committee be the draft report by make input. The final report they are yet to release it to the municipal assemblies.
Okay.
And for central government, and as I say, we take action. It was our assembly. So far now, no nye baby ebetumi achichiri kro ewo ho nti na e was say ni pa no kasa na ye resettle wo mo permanently because in between the estuary and then the way no na baby kakra na ye asase nti won tumi fa social amenities bia enko ma ni pa no nye way so the recommendations in the draft report was to permanently settle them, integrate them into our communities wombetumi aye womo adwuma na nkwala ewo ho kane womo hu behin han womo. So I think say idea was say enye honkwa along the coast stretch of our country there are many sports of that nature. I was say aban eboa na ye resettles and crofo no eno nti afi nsu toye baby a yenya atuenche makese nyina afi because of adwuma ye wo ho nti ano abrase na enti se de etie dada no tie da nyame ase anopa nso ma menchia me mpeso asofo sononko menchia me constituency chairman any executives bright for yampofo na anopa menchia me regional chairman odi the vice presidential candidate honorable Matthew Poku Prempe enim anopa omo adu adan akra ne sa amukọ adan ningo pram tema and Nungwa traditional councils are the vice presidential candidate okwa chia womo inti me ma womo me join womo along the way me fia me call parliament I'll catch up with the team na ya the juma said inti anopa dia me sister Penny na ya ni ho ya first nonko anopa dia
watiatum
ahonfa adware no
oh so ochia ofie anza na obechia me so na me ben no
fache na ye ni momfa so fache
na o de ni
yeso kamene de start an
o de yeso ko said ne ho se ayefe no na so de wabom dada o se bi ni na hia o hada mo abom besu no da owie no se bi bo wesu we na me ja no ma kwesi akwa
oh ya jebe
we me ja no ma
sa yenko parliament na ubekwaja by 10
yes by 10
na ne apon ana ye important na se ya me emla no nkono ye beba na wonwie
fache me no ntwe protest bi ampacho me ma odibe pacho yenko parliament enra budget
yes the tieni say enra oswafo a ohwe yesikasem so ana abansa na hene ya kanu twimo oba parliament edi yesikasem hu tutuye sikasem hu tutuye a parliament agi atum the tieni say mramu no the agi atum for the year 2024 fiscal year no wokọ ekodu mfimfin a na o say obebu hu nko ta kire parliament say nhihye ya wo kan say oni ye aye agi atum no ehun nsem etesai eho na edru ho a na aban ahodo ofiu say nhihye ya moni mi ye no niam bi yesisi na mahia mumua say mobema me kwan na mamma me sika foforo na me fanka ho ana nso say de modi maame no anamo ni nhihye ya me ye nyina no agina na kwan mo nti ehun ko hia say mobema me sika foforo nhihye bia nso amoni mi aye na obe report say target a waseti ama wo ho say ya inflation exchange rate statutory funds aban e wose otua won sika sem a wogigi tax revenue ehun sem etete sei afei security ni niama enti ni nyina na obebu hu konta say media na ye fa no media budget review into about review media budget review no na me nua ba de eyede ne se wo hwe ohawa na yewom bebia ye free ba obia oye panin ni akwala ewo oman mu ne amano no bia gitum se ahokyere ewo ho in the 2024 budget na in fact ye nua no ma wo opposition cry kire se target cry ya set ya ma ye ho no too ambitious in the face of the niama oni hu no nyame ncha de review a eba enra no a kire se economy a nyina ye gitum se enkoyi niama ahodo esi akwan na ade no critical issues ewo mu nyina no obroni beka say take a very good rebound emaye ni da so say ye koso ye niama ye de hia won kase pa ye fiscal discipline and more especially the history of this country any time I call elections no and no na banya reason to spend more enti me tuche ema ura enyonyam for Adam because successive government check the history and the trajectory about election year. And in fact, the last 2024 budget in November, passing budget, the minority even cautioned, said we should not use the election as a reason to come and ask for more money. Because election year, and now pressure on government, say, it was a year project for vote electoral purposes. And when all finance ministers in election year budget review, they come to parliament and they justify it because there's so much demand on government.
But in this case, can it be
no. There hasn't been any time you was enough. I don't think about baby say person cost spending.
Okay.
Me kai 2016. Okay, there's a fund I set in the oil sector for future generation. I've forgotten the exact rendition of the name. NDC4 buy said no, we need to go into heritage fund. Or more buy said we need to go into the heritage fund and spend. And then now the chairman of the NDC, that can say now then they say this is got 2 or more dachi for. Now it's there. So there has not been any time your financing your budget 100% from our own resources. I can say excess money that want to be besides me cost penny. Once there's no fiscal space and our buying is undated with cause for pressure, and they will share a kwanya hodwa ubiadi bok a buying so was say one year me kwanya mean twaba 1 year we are. There's always pressure on government, and yeah, MPP are buying successive government say election year, and your critical say we meet the demand. Election year now want him for so we call president or more than any time because of his say a buying no any time ebeson the president not see a konyaso contractors and then uma contractor be ejuma oniji the office una uma me ejuma no wo call dia wan tua me ka ejuma no kra me nye and there's always pressure on central government to ask for more money for expenditure but a dear yehu and Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and under the new finance minister obaye o promising and say oba maintaining fiscal discipline omampeni ahye no na nukranya me anim ye call IMF program for 3 billion debt exchange for 3 billion facility. We share successively indicators amudia maye nyina no yatumi meet all the indicators as it were. Now releases I was so ye ma IMF aboy abaso because the programmer ye komu no ye programmer ebeboa maye fi ohawa ya komu kese no na ye fi sa ohaw no. Ade ba ko a enura epie mu many G is about the SME fund 8.2 billion Ghana cedi because the area nyina no stability awanyane bibia no say one revitalize your economy no through businesses and generate enyuma any revenue there we nyina infaso bi ani so okay and we share your target I set last 2022 by this time my inflation at 54%. Inflation nem 54%. Niama edi agwo akwamu media and ya ba bedu 22%. The overall target for 2024 you be see hit 15%. And yet papa yem pesa inflation be nam double digit as it were. But wo hwa baby ai free ba it did not come by accident. Eye juma hodo ayaye nhihye ayaye na sa nhihye no eba. There will never be a time obi nya bibia obeka. Nemum wo hwe the growth our GDP growth now your project say your person enya 2.8% growth of our GDP because of the FIBA. And review a say niama idea go akwan na ade no we will get 3.1%, and the first quarter yatumi grow by rate of 4.7%. And niama no ehye na kwemo. And our school feeding awoka ho asem. It's been a major problem. In 2016, now Nkwala more school feeding program, so there were about 1 million Nkwala, and I could do 4 million. A buying a body home warding say, Sika, you release a school feeding forecast. We share free SHS. For the last 7 years, 9.6 billion cedis had been spent on free SHS. It is true, you knew the perfect destination, you person you drew. But Muma Ghana phone you know say, through the commitment of Nkrofo Omoye debt exchange, Nkrofo Omatia Bayanse, Nkrofo Omwa suffer to commit to this government say, Yemwa na in free situation you woman. It means say you say da Omwase say Ghana for everybody has contributed. Na yatumi ashepi those who fairly criticize government aban etinu wasopemu ma etu anamo a ene emaye the respite. It is not the best situation na ye pese yenya nemum ediye ko ekire wo se unam kwantimpo no so a obedu u destination san hihye no ene wo se ye bo aban ne wo mo hwe esikasem so ye bo mo aba so. This is not the time to do politics because me feel say the economy
really. Is this not the time to
do
politics?
Partisan politics with some of the economic decisions that you're taking. Let me say it so. Because we hear that extreme partisanship. Because after the statement, I heard the minority leader call and say they should scrap the taxes. Which of the taxes is he calling for us to scrap them? It took me back to 2016, what we call the nuisance taxes. Okay. 17 taxes are free honor. The same minority leader in parliament were criticizing government for hastily removing taxes that will impact impacting negatively on government revenue mobilization. Indeed, yet here is the call for the petroleum product EMRA form and now say energy way EMRA form. Agreement I have signed over time, and the government way has reported.
Why we budget now?
It's part of the budget.
Next topic. Next topic. Now we are almost so who budget media budget review. And then last.
Me that's it. Na me fa kwenye su.
Oh, sorry, say me hand them.
Na
glasses.
One man jam
here NDC for sure man penyin ma pe bi obia na ye morning kai say Ghana for any dan so a she Ghana for boss ko si na ahia ye mfra ya friend no obeje enso na wa beboa ma ya chichi Ghana ye nyina ye susu say ebe ma ye ho atoye ni akwenyenim ya
yes Sophia
enra budget abangi de beto ye nim no
afem pai mo de
meba budget o de beto ye nim afi ya hyase enti na oba bebo ye nka tse ne honorable kan yi se ebia bebia wapede o makodu na ni da so ne se agusuka ebia na ho kyiribe o bebia na se o manfu hu a na ye wonsiesie bia na ya ye na ebetimi de aboa na na de aboa no Nia me hu yi wo budget ni mo no me hu bibi fufuru bia the same old story sabi o tizania wabo ansem bia no na o fan say formality bibi ese o yenti wakoye ne sa makotu nnwoma kire nkrofo na meko and the bia bit me show bia on wareda nso se ne dofo ada because e nnwom na oto nti eno de ade abribi ayem ni ayete no menhu eni daso papa bia wo budget nim bibia ni wa e kire se budget ya ye womu no bibi fufu bi ba besesa e we nga setenam ni ayetim na na yetim.
Okay, so then na we expecting na anyemate
na otwe odwuna body fi hoyi ni ayesusu ni se enne ya enne ma boye din aho kire wo Ghana foso Enti se biribi wo ha aban betimi aye na be ma amanfo ho ahenhan won a aka na ye expect na ye anticipate se bia ibi no sa ban no atu ho anamon
bibi ti se
ebi ni se petrol bo ye den
enti na economy ni bo e peja
petrol bo aye den
okay
aban na me kan kire se sa abre no mu na o ye budget no oban petrol bo aye den sa
ba se a petrol no deregulation na ye adwuma
nti no bo
na ban what taxes bi obetumi a year free so
se na waka na sa pepepe na se ye ni
okay
petrol bo deregulation wojina formula so na ye petrol bo wias amansan gua so no bo ye den a ewo impact
okay
enya no nkran so na ye de ton abang the taxes be bregu so na to share bi san cedi na hoden a de be kuatia dollar no the cedi no dollar kosra affect petrol bo
all right
mpacho ye kan cedi no hweso a enye otumfu adwuma enye mikrom hinadwuma na mom abang adwuma it is a dollar na hoden no wo soro chen cedi ene ye beto no be 16 cedis wa bonten because 15.7 na interbank rate enya dia ahodo so nti ebema akosoro yentimi ntwa ban ho nkobi so bi se obi nye bibi mfa ho ban asede wo me ati ase 2016 se eno no eni ade a oba be ye ho adwuma na ma sabre no mu no petrol gallon na near no 14 cedis no ebeba form sa ma form pa ense 14 cedis prempren amansan guaso petrol bo enkosoro saaye intense se ema ya kase bi amansan guaso akosoro nti na mom ya ho se no ya what more than 60 cedis and at 1 gallon of fuel ahena abekam from 14 cedis to 60 cedis
okay
because what if 8 years at NBC be di na you 50 cedis o what they could do 14 cedis
okay sorry
5 cedis 5 cedis sorry
no benya time aka ho asempa because of drivers in request no
ntina nanka o ma me ko manima because petrol bo ma form ye hwinu e kire se be ba form eto so bi nsi di dollar na sem no abang na ntima me anya ni da so papa bi ase ampa be ko so na me yi eno won aka kire so wo hwe sika bi anim if I am a forever 360 million bi no ba be ma sidi na hoden no asanga pagya onum ya besi ne ntimi ampagya onum sika ne sa aka hi o sa aka na mom hwe as typical of NPP senam de kan wo ba no nga betu nyoma kire no akwa ebibi fufuru enti fiti 2017 budget bi ya na ding da so temen kaiwa 2017 na ya sempa budget 2018 ejuma pa budget 2019 impuntu budget 2020 inkoso budget 2021 obatampa budget sabe no wose saw o hawa horowa eda Ghana so ede begu yan so 2022 ajenkwa budget na me yi nkunim ene ne keka ho but me ameka fasa budget no say eye wie bone budget ewie bone because aban no bebi odi Ghana fo ba be wie no odi awie na djuma ending 8 year tenure I went me anya bibi papa bia amfa nya Ghana fo nti budget wo be kan ho aseni wa mani dinga misusu se ya de mani ye ewie bone budget ya nti bibi ya efa mabum nyuma enne aye dinga maye no ho unemployment rate from akodu 14.7%. 2016 na ye 8.4%. Enti ni ayete ne say abang social contract on Ghana for koy. And so baba modern say obema nyuma bu ya woti bi. Sabe na general secretary Tora Dombuedu na oni office bi o. Say obema nyuma bu ama Ghana ye be kra nyuma yefo afia manone ababe ye bi amaye. Enne utility bunti ya ahokyere abeto obia household so World Bank am yati asese se nyamian keka no ho ama Ghana afi be kona wie no na enipa about 30% of our population akọ into extreme poverty na young population no dey 30% fi ma ya enya 9 million ho asem na ho enipa 9 million ba be ko under extreme poverty. Enti na ka expect say anka ban no puntu bi kasa papa bi ana enidaso bi betimi aba ama ye wo sa budget a wo beto en animi but Sena honorable kind no bibi enu an ebesesa oma mesre sika se odebaka koye bibi fufuro enu ama meka so sika bi aka da honti no e bia yemfa nkoto ha na oka asem bi se aban bi abreso that's it aban bi abreso no na yin sika nsu yendi enya sa na tenen 2016 Ghana sika so yendi ni enya bi de 2 for 2 bim
ya nko bosiabo
bosiabo mu newe
2016 ya nko pe bosia wo baby
2016 difference e be me say aban ano wo so no anye support bi enfi Bank of Ghana ho odrane ne budget a wan ko de bosia enfi Bank of Ghana ho
but your budget
o sika bi to ti
e bi ade nti o kan say your budget ne enim say ya your revenue target no kakra e begigi ofie ene de nkrofo de bebo e bosia ne de omo de be cheyen ni nyina aka ho na ye de expenditure 2016 ye nya bisa won
ya o ye adwuma wo fie hai so bosun bia otua oka
okay
otua oka at least bi grandpa ne maka krebo be bia wo de fi be support o budget
okay
nanso wo twen ko kan nti e ya o de ska kakra de sie ma ne ye because ska no de brew na wudi wo wanum no amfa nye bibia untimi nya ohwento na mo hwe se enka se mi disra bi sa but ma mi ni ame ho na mi ni sring abien na me fa sring ba ko mfento a eno kire se wo betima ye savings ma na ye nti under President Mahama 2016 o ja o buffers stabilization fund na $250 million them GIIF Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund $250 million them stabilization fund $250 million them ESLA ojo sikatum nti anye ye kura no yenim so afede ye afiase ko enim sinking fund ojo sikatum na ye te
but so one answer question 2016 ye ko bosin abo anaya mo bosin
na me ka sika ye de asi sika ye de asi it ultimate would to me the sika bi sie ma na ye it anya de bi nsi da okay bi says right say no nketa kan say ye nko yi heritage fund na ye ma medi nya sa no kan ni osusu say se this cannabis sie atwen say nchiri ma mefa na ya hwe na da achi bi aban bi ba so what you say no ma so de ye bibi fufura e so ma mfa so a ondo na dream no emwa nti osusu say nka adan ne yemfa nye bibi fufura say school adampo na edi asia nchiri ma fo be ba enjoy bi because e ya de be permanent bi so among dan say e be just kana to fund bin na ban bi ba na okotam di ayene den
sansu ye no ne sinking fund stabilization fund de ya and o ka say anyway nsusun be ne wo
nsusun e wo me ne say stabilization fund e wo na adwuma sinking fund e wo na adwuma na ye kan ye heritage fund sika e de to ama say nchiri ma ba na say yen oil na sa no nga be use say scan
thank you
minister ensuno kasi
obaya budget media.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ano pembenchia be manam benchia ma minia Sly deputy minister.
Ya ma otire kwa.
Imhu we deputy minister imhu. Na benchia so
am. Ma donate akwese ya ma wenti. Akwese jiri mami.
Na benchia so amurfi.
Na me also.
The party for also be nominations for flag bearer.
Really? Omo be nomination. Now my executive DNA.
Omo gu so omo ye chise ntin. Omo be nomination.
Ubeko bia na. Wow. Declare your intentions now.
Slide is so how?
Declare your intentions.
Omo be nomination.
Ube fa now.
Slide Mr.
No, I want to know.
Hey.
Ube say me born ho ka.
Ube ha adwin.
Omo be nominations ntin. Obi bia we party ba onim se oye interested obi timi akofa na ahwe se na be move party forward yeah oh se environment ye ni pi ba mitie bi na me ye adwuma anya adwuma me ni bi
ti de he na hote
ya oh se eyi taxes as a san ko hwe no yi taxes ni bi fi
wan fa ni wanama
there be na enfa ho because o say where we do see the spending by 6 billion. Do you do spending by what was spending so by 6 billion now? It means it's a sika wash channel. We hear the same thing. Yeah, what am I say? So we reduce spending now the same amount of money no, and yeah no now here.
Think again now
tax maybe it's a COVID-19 health recovery levy. okwa akoyi car wo porta ana akoyi niema wo porta eda so COVID-19 network charge COVID-19 health ya utie me
sister
charge bi ese so yi free ho network charge get fund levy eno so ye den network charge get fund levy
okay so levies na ye kota de wo restaurant na mo ya na wase
eno wo ho de na e wo san wo network ye wo get fund levy ene e san wo get fund charge eno ni restaurant no wo port.
I see.
What am I saying? So bibi to say COVID-19 health levy any COVID-19 network levy e dey be charger. So these are some of the NMS so we free ho.
And
Entasumo because we
double
yes, when we do na say COVID one na COVID mo. When reduce spending by 6 billion, which is substantial. So it means you don't need the same amount of revenue. It means your revenue requirement is so better.
But you said that maybe so it's not as if say you're financially self-sufficient and so
whatever it is, when you're financially self-sufficient, why your budget are you be who say make me at me spending so by a certain amount.
Okay.
To meet your spending so revenue requirement is also unless it said now okay chase and we overspend it, of which I want coming say we overspending tino whatever revenue requirement are now deficit. It's because of what deficit in we reduce it or spending. Yeah, what am I saying? I did back when I'm saying metie. I mean, when say tax revenue, collections, grants. I buy sika sen I buy wo futuo mu dawo. Me manti. How much money is left?
Do you mind to be chipping in?
So be obe catch.
Oh, information.
Send sika sen Ghana you will see.
Yeah.
Which of the funds?
We have.
Sika you won you. I said you will use for different things.
All right.
So Enra, the minister reported on our import cover. That is the import cover.
Yes.
Gross international reserves. There was $6.9 billion. Dollars.
Okay.
Equivalent to 3.1 month of import cover. Enra report here.
Okay.
So it was clear.
Okay.
Equivalent to say
3.1 month cover.
But usually in the same kind more than 3 months of import cover.
So you see, you look at where we're coming from. Our import cover was almost down. Now it is going up.
Okay.
So that is why we say that the economy is rebounding.
Thank you for
we
that.
are not saying that you war that way. So you talk
about because consistency me sister say me fan.
Yeah, no say I don't want to say any. Almost say nim say wa ohihia na emom pick up ba.
Pick up me pacho ya me ba.
Ofie backing vocalist wa daru ma yeko. And pick up all them my anka.
Ade ba kwa ye significant for everybody affect your lifestyle CD to dollar ratio. The depreciation of the city.
Okay.
Now me person me who clear road map. Okay. Or the baby reduce it. The way I see about improve the strength of the city.
Okay.
But where I mean one of the man clear road map be there's a wit here jump for na. Jump for na dear ba kwa ni here one clear road map.
So let me also
obe catch say
the beside we are sadia
no say bia o see wan engineer a big document engineer man no be say dey o say wan
but say bi su ye major enquete say o come concept say this because farmer here within some 30 seconds
yes and no na me person me demand ejum for no
good for about because o man who clear road map
and no because document no
okay
where I sit because we picked these issues one after the other. The minister clearly said it because we said a year by this time now the rate are not seeing no depreciating. That's about 22%, and then abedu about 18%. The plan to further reduce it a year will reduce over dependence on foreign import. And nothing ye be say bibia ye be kra aba na di pressure aba be to ye cedi no so no. SMEs, small medium enterprises. And nothing are buying the 8.2 billion. While launching fund no de di bua sankrofo ya say omo be koso aye omo adwuma hodo a emma yemfa yesika nyina enkokra ne mamba
importation
importation
some about importation so no won't mean nya fast you are depending 4 months you are depending on the person you are depending on SMEs you need to have an import substitution plan in that plan is so ultimately who say niema sen na ye kra eba niema ye kra ba no se meti so 50% a me wo market wo Ghana ana me wo input ni bibi e betimi ameki apa emfa shortage mana because wo yes ana wo ni planner e the shortage ba it further increases prices into emfa rice into talk say rice no local industry endua rice na onton ma gutafo no na omunye den local farmers endua rice omonton ma gutafo no na gutafo no so nton ma ye betimi aye capacity of 40% and 60% import. What I say, as I see a timi who near ma a dependent on imports. Now, what can say, we no local so utimi ye na betimi ama gutafo no so and I want more ton and supplies. Otherwise, we create a gap. Is there an import substitution plan? Enka ad hoc. Say because all the 8 billion na share SMEs in SMEs dey be no more produce. Ya say SMEs no produce kenta nye kenta asem na ye ka. Say SMEs omo produce jewelry nye jewelry asem na ye ka. SMEs no what do they produce?
Na o sha omo enye sa dia wo kan say okay SME for no dey important na mo ye dey aboa ye ehiama yen sa tibe ya
ye SME asem na ka we ye more of agri planting for food and jobs o ma shemu kena so what she 8 billion into SME
send dey be omo ye dada ana face tu no enye ni ye
because SME asem a wo kan ye bi no pamontade e bi ye nkonya ebi eye tire ebi ye wig in fabian into me
but ye kran you ba na ntade so ye crabro ni wa so ye nim thousands of dollars and millions of dollars afibia no ye de crabro ni wa
so obi kra wig na de aba wig we nipa se na wa kire om se na ye be ye wig wo Ghana
okay
otimase wig na ye crab na ma ye nyina ye shebi no nipa sen wa chrom say you
me to was then that's a long term advantage but because wa wakati e wa hunye mu I but mani wo say wa wakati e wa hunye mu enti shouldn't there be an intermediate or
no but intermediate den
short term to medium term sheye bia
into SMEs short term because oba na wo ye wig na wo ye wig input no ye kra all this time who say my ye share wig ya ye tiri ho atutu ye share wig de nam has government decided say 7 years one district one factory be produce wig ni bi wo Ghana na so that at the end of the day no to input na they say nipa na wo pam no won kwa abrochire nkonkoto say wo ka say okay metwa so mamon fa wig ma 40% ye be yeden because and me kwa so you say metimi kan obi atiri ho o sure say 90% of man either so aboniti and now she week aka to pay ebe hwe ama man so ultimately so how do you get there and yes okay say with the year share mu keke na just say no ye bia keke biele biala
no but I think it's unfortunate so we make it
nyabotre ebe how but onim so wo pen okay right it
so it's unfortunate because accountability
practically no
that is what you see accountability as so me chair mini see document no so kan say document no so but document no so no eso so ti me kire yen say sika na me buy we a review
ka on fa key ones and the one for any DH no kan one but also when your time and for that over one no just maybe
you know me tie me can review ba man hwe o TV so
all right
but I am saying say niema ehia yen yeah o distracting as say my boy bro na me rest
oh my bro
o ti say bibi to say accountability step by step we media review ade aye making mistake say enye main budget no sika na me ba be je ye no before no de media ye na me ba be ka kire
okay
inti niema wa ye na so otimi kire yemu media me issue ni say what me aye they will see free SHS was spending 10 billion
9.9
10 Around the upper one. 10. What's in 5.7 million in the school?
Okay.
But we have data to show from Statistical Service. So 1.7 million Ghanaians, youth, 15 to 35 years, don't have a skill. They've never been to school. Only educated. And 1.2 million are women. Budget more and cash. Even get the opportunity at this review to say ABC the Niaya Masankro way because a official figures.
Okay.
Yeah, what am I say? It's some of the accountability issues. So to me, a review. Yes, I may bow when you want my discussing in Koya Juma. That's a may bow when me same to me choice. All my 2 cities me the 50 pesos a way, me the 20 pesos a way to up to the 2 profit is so a million. Do you get me?
No,
these are some.
You're getting it wrong.
I'm not getting it wrong.
You are getting it wrong. Let me offer.
Please, because that is how it should be.
No.
Why? Because
we have laws in this country.
Please, money making a percent.
Yes. Believe you said all along, loss. Ni bi wo see ehwe ne yesesam. Because I buy after I buy, Oma take it for granted. Oma ba be sika na ho akuntabuo e ba na aye den was a loss. Because how can you say what reduces spending by 6.9 billion? That's our taxes rate that's all. You ever say we should reduce spending, still we need to spend more. That's why we live with taxes. E-levy must go. E-levy. The reason why yes, scrap e-levy. Because e-levy by one. What's the IMF in Tina the e-levy by? See, me co e-levy I am IMF. When it's me and the required revenue you need with e-levy. We see a benya so much money say e-levy no. Yen den. Yen IMF. What scrappy road tolls. Say benya sika through the e-levy. E-levy sika yen very insignificant. And I said on this platform, say won't me enforce me say me nkonko ye mumu. Okra correct me say e can mumu. You can't force me, so people will not do it. Because when you do large amounts, what then happens is say you lose money.
Sister Antino Krakra ni say.
The Krakra ni say the ACD. As I say, omutimi one me my dear back so omutimi reduce remove some of the tax. What's me enquire energy one come about?
And there be nti bonipona face lie rebata no na ye the energy no.
As I see it me reduce remove some of the nuisance taxes that have piled up.
Okay.
Emma near boy yeding unnecessary.
By this time.
Yes, as I see it me my road map
time nim twem.
Time ben
so what come media budget.
And what and I make a say man me expect no.
Oh.
As I say nka oyeden wo ma ye clear road map. And yes, SME this shape. SME for most of their inputs are imported. If you want me beats near the crampono, a homani at the Yebi Ghana, if you China neighbor. Into the Sika share SME more, says Sika now their share SME moon, about 40 or 50% of the inputs are imported. And you don't manufacture some of the inputs in this country. So what are you telling us?
Thank you. Slide me your show very bad. Now over bad enough for energy ni munka ho. And it said I drove a for say near mam you know. Almost say either say mo better for bonus so mo no buying better so. And now so say near mo be ma omo kwan ama omo ato lorry face you know.
You see,
and AGI so say tariffs and Kanye so board.
Yes, my sister. And you see, the budget review, I will say, you don't read the review in isolation because there is a source document, a year 2024 budget.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And all reporting on the budget.
That's what I said.
Finance Minister Bejinaho, now all allocations to ministries, departments, and agencies. Obebuhun konta enye sana
bonetofa my own bonetofa my
enuna wa bonetofa in the economy. How does all this expenditure why no impact the economy?
One na dendum
eno yenye
ni
sa I'm leading the Ministry of Information to appear before the Public Accounts Committee on the COVID-19 expenditures money sent to them. A Auditor General ayen report ewie with every disbursement to every agency, department, and agency of government. Now, you are to parliament.
Master, the Kenya mini. But I am saying that there should be a paradigm shift.
What is the paradigm shift? Did you feel a minister Bejinaho? Now, why Auditor General? Now, we have a question. Oh, yeah, budget. We know we have a question. But then, 24 hours.
I'm with money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah,
you see, yeah, say the best my favorite few for
that is what I'm saying.
Yes, it is now.
About one more CK, your friend is idea be no more general. Psychano Mojiko Juman. Baby, I not to see that common fund. And then into a hold no 4 hours, so almost Munkasan.
Oh, they
said the previous year.
And now, Patrick, one year late. A dear baby, no year later, what went to me and starting. The news reported, I didn't make me TB. One music. No, until here, a form who they are no money. That's the point. Thank you. Thank you for the information. And there's almost game. Before night, said the Omon come home so.
All right, yati. I feel you come why? Also be doing.
The overall impact of Niama, okay, resulted in your GDP growth.
Okay.
What can you aboma? Aggregate of Niama.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. I was saying one at a time. Now, I should fast.
Yeah, the best of all can man wasting time. But you
see, and she shall be a bayaye. Medisca we bekoha. Medisca beshe free SHS mo. May TVET. May say, and was say, measure. Measure also who impact amount our inflation so.
Okay.
Also who impact amount our exchange rate so. Also who impact amount the size of the economy, the growth levels of the economy, amount also. And no na buy be report ya my. Say she share my ye no. And na inflation na 54%. A science she share ya ye e wo gan.
IMF inflation we
am. And then best ni say muti no.
And then above do 18%. Your target for the year from 54%, your target is be do 15%. And no, and yes, I will na baby do. Your measure. Your call IMF in jemu. Or mama your conditionalities be. So conditionalities no.
O mama yen ye dear condition call say near person ye and they approved.
About Mr. No Parana, Honorable Akan. Yan Fashi Yanko. Please, please. Now on the Mayan. And we don't chance the choir DDEP and Zan, it's Kanama.
Please.
Yeah, the coin. That's now can you correct?
So, and then DDEP in record time with our external creditors. And she share a who project. I can say, I can say, we are not asking for money. You're revising expenditure. Want to make district by district, municipal by municipal, agency by agency. You put the aggregate of all these expenses away. Major policy interventions away about parliament ajatum baby away akwa and no minister no be reporting on all this. Okay. When it comes to details accountability, the auditor general's work. Say one report to say, what is 200,000 akwa koma Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Ya kwa kwa say omudi yede, omumfa hu krata nyinamra. We are the auditor general in the report no about to parliament enim. Sania ebumai. And one can say
has issue with Sanchez.
Well, so was way with Sheye na ombo modern na say obini ni ya on tronkoma speaker announce ompe MPs be woni ni ya adwen no for private member bill emra parliament.
Oh, you okay with current and Sheye with?
Sheye wo is the best because so you okay ombo modern na on lobby MPs be inti
thank you so much mo afi yan kofu no atem no e atem here pa ya mo me
na so you finance so can finance asem so can finance asem
ha so your finance minister so team overall oversight.
You see, the energy sector indeed is true. There are many factors that impacting the pricing of petroleum or energy. Me mama here, why you juma a friend is saying PURC. Only factors I will consider to review prices or otherwise. I mean, I'm there. What can't you say? You will do regulation, but of course, BB to say exchange rate impacting. Agreement I sign IPPs near the idea. Abaya reported enra. Abaya renegotiation of IPPs I signed with independent power producers. And out of the negotiations, yes, saving $6.6 billion. We are saving $6.6 billion out of negotiations. Any IPPs now. it tells you say niama bi anko ye we ya ban na de share woza e so manage ni e mean to obi atua
after this saving dey nti na ye nya increment.
No, but it's not a necessary kaba. It is over the period of the way no ye will indicate sabi ye tia say drivers here mo call it say ye ntutu lorry fare so because petrol prices e was so na there obi mra me chere me say okay petroleum price build up we enye we yempe enra me say obi can say sanitation
minority for na can say taxes be with levies be also and a major one and so you say forex no was shown in so omuko exercise kai kota so mon nanka mo can say gold for oil tinka gold for oil no to me moi cushion amount for
omo kan taxes are was of course obi abet me can say take off all the taxes. I remember about 4 or 5 years ago you know mo tenase and then they were proposing some taxes are yin free so we all those taxes in free so cra it is not it was specific nyama as taxes na ekwa dey ekwa yama me no mi ni nyina and no as me ti obi say sanitation levy yin sanitation levy in free ho and I say nipa no kasa say yin sanitation levy for it is obvious say he's not informed about the rationale behind sanitation levy because those levies committee report are a passes sanitation levy NDC for rounds are call Nkrumah for our sanitation. Only say since Kwame Nkrumah time, solid liquid waste treatment. You need one single plant in this country treating liquid waste. So all this wow, how do we treat our liquid waste in this country? Ubi share a building treatment plant all over the 16 way. You don't pay for it. How do you treat it as a country? Liquid waste treatment and solid waste treatment in this country. So we have to pay for it. So say oh please. It's not baby. You can say petroleum prices so. Yeah, petrol prices politics from so many years. Successive government, opposition, you criticize me kai amount for the petrol. Parliament when they came, what is the price? It's immediate, and the crude oil prices on the world market, exchange rate. I buy bonny home body. I can't show that say depreciation of our city. Now the rate at which I see no depreciating against a friend is $1 no. So the more we work and the harder we work, now impacting the prices of petroleum products. Nobody is saying the situation but what is government doing? They are buying air. And on a minister now report is say nipa enka oni akuma entu omoyem. Now sabi, what is the alternative? One more amoka yentiso no. They should be bold. These were the same government in 2017. Over 17 taxes. I will classify them as nuisance taxes. They heaped it on us, including Kaya Fokra, the taxes to also. And they say, who? And then that same person come to tell you, say, reduce the taxes. Yeah, reducing taxes not even in 2017. One more argument, they say, a bank will suffer revenue collection. And then today, they are not looking at government revenue collection. So for me, the person criticizing the policy today, the track record, the credibility, the sincerity is in doubt.
Thank you. Over your uncle. Drivers no ni omo concern that say be fuel ni so na so mo bet ma omo kwan na omo to
electricity now master ma buta ni nkofo ni AGI kalo. Electricity increases is a factor of bad economy because the factors are the electricity and exchange rate
okay,
inflation
okay.
Do you get me? When you put all those factors together, by all means electricity pricing because you make 2016 and no cramp and factors near that high MPP for say almost be that na yet to electricity and almost too much will be over 200% over crap. Number 2, the IMF, as long as we stay in the IMF, no, there will be an increase every quarter because of conditionality. Oh, say honorable Sly Kasan or say IMF no and the Emma warm I strict with spending. So it means yes, they say Ghana
personal commitment to stay disciplined. Fiscal discipline.
Not say
they say
nim say IMF nhihye no. And this first no mo beka say you say now is that you go with your own condition.
That is what
it is not as if IMF on catch say go and do this. We said we will do this to our people.
Exactly.
Make our feel say minja into their moon
including
DDEP.
But also
yes, it is the government that said I will do this.
You find say any IMF it means you prudent. Because when you go IMF any one can chance say you prudent. You cannot do that. Ultimately, when what IMF is looking for, into our conditions, the bra show.
Yeah.
What I say,
you have to run.
Show say, conditions are what they then. Because your energy so. The friend is a fuel last time.
Okay.
There were 3 taxes at what energy also. Energy sector recovery levy, energy debt recovery levy, and energy fund levy. Energy sector recovery levy no almost see for capacity charge for IPPs. And so say also are renegotiate fairness and pricing. Capacity charge now work no. Sa capacity charge our tariff no. Why then do you have a levy? Then esa etua capacity charge on fuel. 3 energy sector levies and because the main one no energy recovery levy no and no why then wakwa enkamba no into enkamba ni we wuntimi nya se sika no emfa ntua de sese wutua ya ultimately. So this is what it is. Ya wutie
me too.
This is what it is on fuel
attention.
Because there are 7 levies on fuel. So 7 levies, 3 from the energy sector. So me say government are renegotiating IPP's contract. I want to know which one. Because they be see a church IPP.
When we say question internal cement, you person musa say levies dey no onyin free.
E person ma chen no onyin free mo, dey onyin free mo no energy 3. There be energy no quiet 3. So you 2 free.
All right.
Pollution and fairness and sanitation. We see pollution and sanitation is to build landfill sites, is to create, to make sure say urban cities are not polluted. Meanwhile, emissions tax. Emissions tax is also for pollution.
Okay.
So I mean the two.
That's an double.
Double. Yeah, what did they make it? These are some of the taxes.
Sanitation tax is not pollution tax.
Sanitation and pollution. I was so sanitation and pollution tax.
I think the argument, some time ago.
It is sanitation and pollution tax.
It's a sanitation tax. Please.
Pollution can
pollution can
check
sanitation and
check. I think that
yes, sanitation and pollution tax.
How between a year free. So now I think so. I say filling station for now so fast or no
margins no so as but yeah, the point is that you decide so obi or they be and IPPs or uncle for government here was sign a PPAs, my dear. And the government is paying for PPAs. If a PPA is signed, once a PPA is signed, it is an arrangement for IPP no. So obekwa pesika na odi abeye de eno ye as an interim document. Odi ko pesika a commercial arrangements. Owia ansa na wa ba no baba betase ni ahwe ne papers mu nya ne nkrata mu so ne price nkrampo ya ECG. No owia wodi aba POS the POS ya kase ne niema nyina ya okay. And sana ECG a commission into the grid. If IPP and commission into the grid, it is not the responsibility of anybody to pay your tariff.
It depends on the agreement I call. You know, take or pay or take or pay.
Take or pay. So we are commission. I'm telling you, you have to be commissioned into the grid,
irrespective of agreement.
Yeah, because we are commission what. How do you provide the electricity?
But how the person even start
but
in the
then
first place?
I didn't know catch and say yeah once I abandon quantity yeah ni o ma agreement say you bet you out say mama empower you heard that argument right?
So I always
so on what basis would the person even produce the energy in the first place? On what basis?
I always ask the question, give me the IPP sa musi mutria wo mo capacity charge minyan TB because all the can they are commissioned into the grid. Their tariff is in our tariff, so they are giving a capacity charge. As long as you are commissioned and you are in the grid.
So are you saying there's no clause called pay or take?
There's clause called pay or take. If you are,
it's in the agreement.
If you have a take or pay,
that's a guarantee.
Yes, it's a guarantee.
So what do you
as
suggest?
Long as you are, please. As long as you and you see, even to go further, I went further. I went further to interrogate And I was told specifically, and I know, but some person they be a person may refresh him. If your plant is not commissioned to give power through ECG, you know any business here.
I see. Home so no film quickly. Now for now, my West no jai Hong Kong.
Yeah, me dance. Who's a man cotton sumro? Miss Cow, when I made sooner bro, no one you see, I'll be to Hamilton. May the bro know you see a cabin now be. Take or pain, I say, Annie. It is or producing how you swear. Rather, I say, you've taken it. Sir, it you know, me take it. It you know, then you know, Miss Uncle Boka.
Pay agreements are for.
I guarantee, keke. Say me ya. Then one man uncle.
Me sure says lie be here. Young
Fantoya.
Momunche mu isu different. Dia.
Either you take it and use it, or you don't take it and you pay for.
Yes. But if you are not commissioned
to the
Dr. Bamia, that's your EMT, chairman of the EMT.
Slide bit me
as vice president. Or that's why you. So that's why chairman of the economic management team. Okay. Or that's your vice president. Inti nira budget out the bay. Review no. Only movie. What's not if you munina. Na name one say 2017 budget be aye hun. And my last budget 2024 year hun na we year hun. It in a way say obeso sang dada yen say oye meet ninti. Sa na no nka hu bi mana. Baba kan say ka opportunity kese say avail no ho. Anka obetima me yen hu say wo adwen papa bi magana fo. Enya say yen fa steer no. Enya sa anka yen fa steer na ma wansa yeti. Yen fa steer na ma wo. And some about the COVID levy if you, and some about the levy if you.
What to be that?
An opportunity say, it think as I do the fias like account.
The time I sang go ye.
Near say, why you saw taxes in you? Near say, and Papa pay, or you'll see a dear you. Because what does you do, Madonna?
On your president.
Or your chairman of the economic management team.
Mammy, you know.
Or that's our opportunity. So they be do a bang.
Okay.
At that time, what was what catcher and says on camera. What do you mean, Mammy? What do you mean, Yakiana? I know the one fan to answer. A till more deal. Bangy, a woman team or the tear gun for ya. But that no, the banner review. Young Quang and him, and I said, in part to cancellation and review. No, does it mean say what the sub budget and about to be criminal? Because according to Naneku Fabian Dr. Bamian, review means cancellation. And so, and no obey any cancellation, meaning say, one dada Ghana for ya, fa Petra se me account. Sa banka se, oni bribia ye, ebema Petro buaba for ma, a young contompo in Abrabase. Se Petro no boy, then one man on here. The union I saw what the tomb. Taxes be that so, levies be that so. We jam my bang. The Bamet Marcus, oh, there be inside the maybe I don't know corner. When not to petrol so pay, driver will be complaining. When I'm complaining, will be passing on, what the passenger for. Namra, your woman, and not the Kunobo. When you one city and told the Kunoba, China Momekan way. So, what Okonum Cocoa no pa. Say your course and other Kahua, and your 10 cities. And that said your cocoa on Atoto.
Cocoa?
Okay.
Cocoa on Atoto. Cocoa on Atoto. Yana boy, a bro bet him. A bro on Amio, ne bet him. We are a 5 cities, prem. It is a say, about the 2 lorry film, a banger Okakoya region. No, I said, member man for one here, how no. So, my son just what to Petro Mubio. No, what so? Lorry first, sir. And your cost enough 5 cities. What? Because what if he teacher Manteba? We bet to lorry fair, cost. It's a brown by the core ABS 7 cities and not 10 cities. You think I won't say a man for complaining, say, young one, young no. But this was a one fat new taxes be amba.
Yeah.
One for new taxes amba. Now taxes in our no. Yes, you beef you. It's not see I watch me. What's the man for be meant more fun sir.
Thank you. More time.
More time you
honorable or court meeting honorable so we shall for back kwaja enya ne boapayo nti o kan de atwa to na afi ya ka no ye ni efi mu ato aso.
You see who call court na who call fa witness ya tutuna no You to witness no. You show the credibility of the witness.
Okay.
Credibility of the witness. And then why you be that? Your credibility when you were in opposition before. Nyama Okaye in 2016, your justification for 17 nuisance taxes. And then the same enyoma motu ye. Your whole 3 ye taxes no. What's that to say no be? So with the witness box Moses yeah, I will call election. Your credibility is in doubt. Mame you know or see Dr. Bawumia da ho ye head of economic management team. Na adena yi lady o se obi yi fi ho. Any bed tax no on yi this is here. Former President Mahama until July 24, 2012, era at Tamils nyani baby koye. He was the head of the economic management team. Obey president you swear in no kind statement. Not your vice president or the head of the economic management team. Or take it over no. I have directed. I have done this. I have done this. I have done this. He tells you, you must know this. You public service. You know, sir, being a vice president, he tells you, I'm giving you an answer to the question, sir, Dr. Bawumia Damoye, economic management, you should take off the taxes.
He's not accountable to anything.
No, he's accountable to the president. And he has said, sir, he comes with his own vision. He's accountable to the president. And I'm telling you, sir, your own presidential candidate in 2012, he was the head of the economic management. The things he initiated and directed should be done. No, he was there. It means he was not happy with it when Professor Mills was the president. So don't go there and advance those arguments, because said the okay says and can obey a president. You know, he shouldn't have given any new directive because he was the head of the economic management team. It means he okayed everything that was been happening, but less than 24 hours, he had changed a number of policy directions. So please, politics are.
Okay, then okay.
The American culture would say
fault of you say edu kama say Dr. Bawumia say digitalization or you say challenges.
Challenges. He's never run away from challenges. Even the president has admitted, say, there are challenges. We are working towards it. Dr. Bawumia has never run away from challenges. But who say, or your head of economic management team, on so and then on ye taxes in feel, and I make just any possible. Please, the head of economic management team, the backstops are the president.
Or
no see me by your president. Or no see me by your president. And I make sure say. So it is because former President Mahama, not your vice president, Professor Mills who you know, no name say Professor Mills by nya ni baby ko. And the echo so nyina no, onya opportunity less than 24 hours. He changed a number of policy directions.
Example.
Or ministers or directee or please I'm coming.
No.
Please I'm coming. Oh, please. There was I'll give you the document on the policy directions about I have directed a number of policies that when he addressed the country, he did a lot of policy directions. So for me, Obi say, and even Nana Akufo-Addo, let's assume that Nana Akufo-Addo is president, and let Nana Akufo-Addo become president for the third time. The constitution may allow now. You don't expect the president to do the same thing he's doing today. Okay. So if Dr. Bawumia says, me be president, may we.
Wow, time no time.
There's nothing wrong with that. So for me, the person me ma ofi etiasi and say every time the exigency of the time demands the kind of policy wo de beba. So niama ya sha say ya hihye abedu bebia edui. Ya ba say na mo the taxes, nuisance taxes be 17. Ye yi free ho. Ye hihye ye ko yenim. Bring the taxes is not true. So for me, I think say taxes here need to especially when you have unemployment. Utility bills and the rest. Obia and you're comfortable. But you look at the situation, say, young council, it comes back to the government. We look at Myanmar, the impact of all the policy decisions I'm making.
We see it's not helping us.
I will say it is going in the positive direction. Positive direction now, and that is what we have been crying for. We were inflation 54%, and now we do 18%.
And then they go 54%.
You don't know where the inflation came from. We were interest rate, exchange rate. The gains are now coming down. So for me, I think it's not a perfect situation. The minister said, and the perfect situation. Yeah,
6.5.
Thank you, everyone, for honorable slides. Slide to book a crab. Honorable slides. It's a beja or if you say or could do you for Parliament House and Untine Breno Asson or BC MPP Aman Yokono and I or MP English Aman Fruno or Deputy Minister of Information. Ye 10 minutes be a Canadian mene ufie ene ya ebeto so enti ofie na wona wano da so body power budget no de ene so on na fe ye meka 320 new houses and then CTAC concerns a minorities abanisheno address. So pacho 2 minutes.
Me that in na me gusu ameka no ya inflation was so. Inflation pring near was so pa e food inflation. What teach man. Nnuanga boye din e be na gusu ameka kan na ya sabi nipa be so anopa kosi anojofa kosi na ahia say wonya fasting there as say wonya bibidi.
Okay,
but enya boapayo so because say bia me we aduan na me se me ni anase bibisa na mom ahokyerenti nipa bebre entimi nya aduan dodo wa say wodi ya te say statistical service da beto abonten say nipa dodo bi so what I say akọ ohia bubro mu last year nkwa wonga no wonya ahiafo aban hihye boninti over 800,000 aba below the poverty wonga ba beka ahiafo ho enti oya aban na se wonya akwanya se ana wonya kwan se uye bibi na eden subscriber because budget na de kwa ene de wontimi nsi obonye bibi wa abonten je se wo san ko parliament ho abiem ansa se won sisai mi a wo pese wo ya no akwa san subscribe no enti wanya sa akwanya yi na wakwa anka ban a wodwen Ghana fo ho no anka sa adwenness o ye nema bi ni hu so ampa e bia mitutu nema bi na nkoye enti makotena kiri ahwe no meresesem sala kan bi say gofre bi nuisance taxes mpato sa bofo na bibi fo no de bayo ana mebwa ba prempeng taxes a what they aban o managing nuisance na enye de.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. We am say wa ha me. E just say you say how eda Ghana so. Sidi men koma na yemia sliding ya. Obi anim say sidi na hoden. Enye say wakoje bosia e de aba be go reserve mu. E de be ma sidi na hoden akosoro. Wonim fiti aban ya sha se 2017. Okoje bosia da na da betum. Enti yentimi sustain sidi ni growth ye. Eni na me yi obeka last year Okoje $750 million bi fee afri exam so obekaya ena beboa ma sidi na hoden no e ba fom kakra enumpo se esika ne bedu na eso ya
hoden ne san ba fom
esa sidi na hoden no epeja onu mu kakra ben prempren $360 million na yakoja aba no enu achi den bio ya emawre mfi sa di da de bia ya wo ne amanfo ni hu nkomoma me ade so de kese pa.
Thank you.
Ka ye de no ya yentua mu fa ye ya suspect me patcho me bi budget one asem ne yeken do ha betimi dia behim ya o ya yifi membre mu budget no address bibi say debt exchange na ya ye no e debt enya sika odi acha ngo mra say di tua no e na ya postpone na kwhye afibi nti sika he ne ye bua no acha say edu sabre na ese ekutua kana ye dia kwa kutua. Okay. There should be something to address that because yang hwedi ya aban ba tunutum na how ne amani odi abeto aban foforo ba ne so no ya yang hwedi ya yang bre ebekosoro.
Thank you. Obaya sisi last two topics be fabum ye be omuntafo sitag for yatenefie colleges of education teachers kuno omatenefie 6 weeks ni the aba betom kra ne say afidi omu say minister ni GTech for say mema yentua wo mu ka July botumi na je say July nyina se wo ma nkwa adwuma nti mema yentua wo no eka minority say monhwe na monka asem no na nye ne ka enie ye be ka ne say na investment aban na ye wo security sector no so ya ka ne say
se aban no ono no patapasa no de ade o enu amihwe nkola ne bi wo ayi efe de say TV so and ya enye easy ma won.
Okay.
Omu see eventually no say omu background part the timetable is still the same no be exams. Inti no ade esese aban timi ne sitag for no yede etna se na obi ko leave a indianika inti yemfa ne so omo leave obi ko leave a indianika
so mo say illegal strike
strike bi en ho illegal dey na man illegal obi ni problem obeko strike ya me bi so I believe say aban ne omo ntna se na nhwe omo concern aban ho nya de oye no bibi wo ho a na ode patapa bi na opeso ode fe mo ni sika ye bo we ya ye ka asem tire ni pama ne to na so ya wotemase inti no se oni sika no eni se ode patapa fa mu se ontu omuka ti wantu omuka no mu decide so o ma amabaka nye nkwala ne bebre so me I believe say ayi aban timi pekasa debi ene wo mukasa many minority for ne ya adwen o pekasa debi na ye nkwala no so eye bre the president a commission ye for anything ene de ya asem papa the 320,000 units for a police for maintenance na importance ye hwe and number 2 yes say ye hwe cost no how much went into it na afeso so me hope say enye because so mbeso mkobubu edan na ewo quarters na ewo DVL ho no
wonga bubu de da
because no de da so police for no eho no enkofo
na wonga bubu
I see
police ho
wonga bubu ni nyina
maybe anu nti
aka DVL building nepe
ebi anu nti na omo ayere omo ho omo si but it is a good thing 320 they have to do more sa na na do ye we de bi asanke yen kana sem because not just o man koso akoso ya out there mejen because if every time no at the papa say na de bi e basika yetuemu ne levies ne taxes ade bi ade adokoro yen ya even kwa me say because of COVID-19 levy maka eso omutimi converting it to critical diseases fund bibi to say childhood cancers ne emayare ne memayare emu research ne isa your friend say kidney issues ni ade ya be ya ato atese so mu turning into a critical diseases fund I believe say Ghanaians will be that is more reasonable. They say yes Ghana say every BB COVID-19 network me bochre your network be a friend COVID-19 so you tia ho levy
airport
I mean say
na importers no ayedi straightforward
yeah complain o muntie
your COVID-19 levy
your COVID-19 network levy. Can you imagine? And you will get fun network levy. Mimi that say what you say be the mimi believe
I think April ho baby na last year na me 102 nya baby. E ho na me share na me frame me bakodwa amwati me se kodwo na levy so dey say da bia e ka che wan ya na mo ka say ye jadi for the
yes because
levy be on mo a
I am saying say and then you were MTN network. And you new one near by cell telus one network telecell network and you what 80 network and so say so COVID-19 network meaning baby can hello what I say meaning baby can hello
baby I ojiji mi akoni na me bubu din ma o ye
meaning baby can hello am at and no you COVID-19 network levy COVID-19 you can hello
where we security no me say we can about sitag no where we security na matete what yan beti budget
there be na budget dey here pe na cross anke no konsam kwa na
thank you ma
because ya niam e was budget we mu no asesi etimi hwe dey make na mo ntiase no ultimately they make an amount say finance minister ultimately give you accountability ada yete dey bia yemfa your friends auditor general reporting ma encorporate apart at the end of the day because finance minister on the oversight onu na yi sika no nti so ultimately be kire say sika we ABCDE ya ni afan you amana afan ho adi auditor general the report yi ba kakraka wo be kan no kwa untimi nkan wi so ultimately be kire say tofa mpo review means say kire me de sika me de ma wo de aye enye so ba ke kansa ma kire me
okay
kire me sika accountability very very key sitag ne wo mo de aban ene wo mo negotiate aban we dey to trust them ne dede bia Ghana ade wo mo to paluta kire say o ma ye na ye na ya ho ya what you say we bi da ba wo mi ase o ye paluta wa ye nyame ahira no na ye Ghana for ye no ho ya nto aba ma MPP amanke no be ka kire say paluta nyame ahira na ye ho ya
thank you Prince say was sending bibi adekoro so my ba me kan ya kire himself say obi amanu bibi yenko fie sitag any security investment
medase nansa meko ho no na ya ka asem bi about port charges near the duty airport, and because of a nunti, yeah, and a trafficker as I say about Tema port. Nagana in escape no, reduce. And yes, one farm more, number one diverting Yakopa Togo.
Port.
When you now want diverted traffic in Nakotogo and I could do.
I didn't hear.
Because Ghana didn't duty no wedding the door.
I see.
What bad near my be brave when young tia. And tea a bank scarce when you port no. On your view. And so can transit now to me ya and beer. So your farm poor.
And so if you so be to me as speak it to it nkomo na can covid no ana covid network will be send o da aduane from chicken man pizza man aduane no otoye na ankasa no 170 owie ye no na levy seguso nko aye 15 cedis levy no enie COVID levy 1%, Get Fund levy 2.5, NHIL 2.5, and Sana VAT. Inti eno so yana for consent say won say COVID levy number, Get Fund levy number, NHIL number, and Sana fe no mobile work VAT. Inti as you are even paying VAT on the levies you are paying. Just say taxing you on the tax or on the levy.
Sure, VAT on
that. It's 15%.
Yes,
see, owie no na fe o mama ni total no, which is 185, right?
But ya wo porter. Sa levies preceding levies of Get Fund one.
COVID levy, Get Fund levy, NHIL, the VAT.
Network. Emunya NHIL network levy. COVID-19 network levy.
Why those networks?
That is what I'm saying.
Media levy, so I'm saying network.
The network it is
for real.
I'm telling you.
That remember Koja Mwati send them it.
You created a telephone network.
Okay.
Intina na ye kan budget to once we yan kana be dey.
Nka baby, think we.
So levy ya.
Sit ageni so here to say they are
mebo. Because mama fe no sha say.
Okay.
Sit for no. Say we won same binti a call strike me boy. No say them.
Niska say me.
Ayo omo conditions of service.
Aban no nga ye nhihye bi.
Dada. Yeah.
And no share won boss say.
And we buso.
Obeya ma won.
Enye bo share atra bo share. In fact, omo ye strike bi o say bibisa ama odi omo ko compulsory arbitration. Just a court to ketwa but edia ama ye di asem na wi ama ya kire de sese aban
enti share na si.
Eho no ye nifu ye ni bem but omo kire obi ara na he de
ye na mo nsiesie. Because sit afunu say o de meka o na ma ye nhihye. Sika say o de ma me no o fa ma me.
Menya abotra mo na be 2 years.
Ama Fama ma won fam mama nti wa adwen se wo fam mama ene na me so me de me na ade agu fom.
Okay.
Nti hina no ode ni yonko kawa. Aban na de sita fo kawa. Ana me boa. President so na ye.
Na no na Gtech papa na ka no.
Strike na fa den.
Jinapo say de sita ge ye no so ye illegal.
Illegal say den.
But na o market you no ye see entua July.
You know ko cry. Yayi.
Dr. Jinapo Gtech Ghana Tertiary Accreditation Board for na yase son mo din no. Dr. Jinapo.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. What do to do?
We are mischief we all.
I didn't mischief. You can din the Dr. Jinapo.
What the meka? And now she say I hear say o dey be mama. It's a nya kakra na ya ye nhihye. Say say all this ad man. What jatum so dey be mama.
Okay.
So now we refam mama ya nka ho na no. Asisi twam. Na me say Adekye na me ko bisa no. O so mfa mama. Me jatum. Exactly. But where jatum say ampa o deserve say o dey ma no. Any due. I know due for. Time na so say o dey ma. O fa mama ye. Wa atwen no say masa. I did one fa mama ya me say o. Sebi obi e no ko bi de ne ka. No call no ba on threaten and I make can say be here. Say asemesi. Obema condition. I did one fa mama ya. Me say o. O tira me ba no one fa mama me say o. Omo so near available mana ne say. Onti me ka say me de aban me kwa kobro aban. Ana me de aban be ko police station.
Resistance.
So what I say. Na so ya ne say one fa mama me de am so me ba.
Okay.
Enti senka ni papa mu a aban wo wase dia wo na say wo kasa. Because anya yi kura no wo na wo ho akodim ana wo na ho akodim yan kan sa. What say you will send the brawe anything? What boom? Ain't it say we near wo from there say we wo obligation say we near here. No so tifia. Ye no nkwa adwuma. Aban ye no nkwa adwuma. Na mum say hunu na wa nkwa mi ntua aka no ne ade ade no. Ya emwa o. Emwa. Enne Dr. Bawumia is vice president of Ghana for that matter. Meboa. We're presenting media review, budget review, or parliament on number B and a campaign.
On farm humbo.
On also, young can just say, well, mammy TNT, young can not get your mana.
And I ain't
Diana.
On strike.
Of course, and I'm
not strike no quick.
Campaign no Yamahina. I say,
and you strike no.
So what I say, Inti Sabio, what to Obama say, could be among us. Nipan, when your own crasa. Yeah, the work of the town, I name Bama, a man from where to one. That is the bottom line. Be a Humberton. I am my bopper amount. Yeah,
yes.
Statutory payment. I did the bang. It be a get fund. It be a NHIL fund.
Okay.
Health insurance fund.
Is it a network account?
It be so yeah. It be so yeah. My friend then common fund. And when you sika mrada ho say abang wona oboka ko dije na ma okoje wi a so yima asuyi so yima asuyi so what I say mra Ghana mra pon na hye aban ba yi wa introduce LIB and wa capo say sika no it is sika so de come health insurance na ma say djuma ni tumpon no aban de no pe and na ma won. The last time I checked, about for over 70%.
Cap NHS say uhia na wo ba ye mfa ma wa na me ka say wa cap say jiwe yansa.
Enye jiwe
additional na wa ba be request for.
Amrani say ye mfa nkoye apomodin hu adwuma.
No correct.
Apomodin Ghana ne. Edeye. Apomodin Ghana health insurance. Kama ebinu monka. Ba bank crime post kana is what come on no. Ultimate na so beya kota beya nankwanum dan nenra common fund ho asem parliament sika no say MP fu no ko patch wansa o de among na say various assemblies no woko copy kiti ewo Ministry of Finance and so de among na emra da ho wuje wi a certain percentage fakoto sa fan nim ni fan konkrase nko yem puntujuma ene sebi emu hwe nkran krupon emu fiaye enso yetua ho levy nana ya meboa yetua ho levy it is as can what dey then e friend accountability yeah and accountability any so say eje dey akoye sa dey sika ya to be
Bernard NPC NDC
where mama sama I
Nana ya champion John secretary CPP Honorable Sylvester Tete MP English Amanfo and Deputy Minister of Information na SSE Ojai ho kakra but your happy birthday enkoma mame afo amankwa komea o National Information Technology Agency NITA Ura Reverend Daniel Amankwa Esquire and Emma happy birthday on a sad note National Road Safety Authority Director General Engineer David Osafo Adontain weekend we Friday ya ichinechi and na woman me any sister woman me mama Grace Obeng Adontain any sister Dina Ofosia Adontain mode wo mo etumpem ewo achem apedwa this Friday ya engineer ye ma shedden any yakọ wa unim say Friday ni de me ma na Saturday no na mo be ye nti ebeba abija o Saturday no na Agatha Texan owo neat food onu so ne ma me efremo Mrs Auntie Juliana Morgan onu so this weekend ya na omo eye no ewo hacho Presby Asoria ewo ya market wono ti mamuni Magata Texan no so na makwa akwaja no amaye nyame ya adomo a echena Adekye Nsroma besan aba matade no perfect man nibia a ukọ St Phillips a utu aton ana upe ba kono onsa beka emema hye mema titio na ema no nso a pe two piece no o sha wo dem me na ma model ama ma no nti oba wani gi ho a feel free na shebi why etufo no ene ba ko bi no St Phillips ewo 0244 147212 0244 147212 212 nyame ya adomo achina yebesi aba edamase ema mu ni hwe